know how well this will record while I'm driving, but just over a little rip down an old logging road. See what I can see and find. Just left work and wanted to chill out in the woods for a bit. Maybe we'll find some chaga, although it's a little early to harvest it yet, or maybe some fatwood or something like that, or just maybe some generally cool stuff in the woods. Just nice after a hectic day at work, just to get out in the woods and unwind and relax, listen to the birds, smell the trees, and a spruce. It's probably a spruce. If it was a pine, I'd be all over that for fatwood, but it's in the spruce, but it's not as strong in the spruce. There'll probably be a lot of hunters in here in the fall. Remember one time I came in here during hunting season just looking for some birds. In about a quarter of a mile I came across 12 different hunting blinds. I don't know how they didn't shoot each other, but they must have had it all figured out. This used to lead to a big clear cut with a turnaround. On the logging roads, they'll usually end with a great big turnaround area. So, there was a snipe. I saw some partridge. Or no, sorry. Yes, partridge when I first came in. This is why I could never own a car again. My first vehicle was a I guess my door's open. 1985 Honda Prelude, and I took that Prelude places a Prelude had no business going. And when I traded it in, I think the salesman probably got fired because he thought he was getting a good deal on a sports car, but the bushings, I think everything was toast on it. There's a nice stand of red pine over there. Find a few of those down, there'd probably be some good fatwood in there. This has grown in a lot since the last time I was down it, but I can tell the side-by-sides or the four-wheelers are still coming in here. And I'm sure once the snow gets down, the fowls will be into their blinds back here. Oh, there's a real nice, maybe we'll check here. That's a real nice stand. It's probably planted. That's probably an artificial, like planted by the Boy Scouts or something like we did when I was young. I don't think they do that anymore. We'll go in here and have a little look-see. I'll check back with you in a second. Yeah, I'd say a lot of this was planted because there's an awful lot of straight lines. And these things all 30, 40 years old maybe. Maybe older than that. Because they're planted fairly close together, so they grow a little slower, I think. I'm not a forester. I don't know for sure. But I definitely would say this was planted. Let's take a little cut into that. That seems kind of solid. I'll set this in where you can see. A little bit in there, but not much. You see it right there. It was mostly around that offshoot. Nothing to write home about. Nope. Some mushrooms that have gone to spoil. I'm gonna have a little look around. If I find anything interesting, I'll bring you back. Well, there wasn't much over on that side. They're just so cultivated and sheltered, there wasn't even a downfall. Like, everything in there is completely protected from the wind. Nothing else can even grow in there. They've got the canopy so choked off. So we come over to the other side. Would you like some of that for your moss garden, Tom? So we got maybe some downfalls in here. Something took a little chunk out of that guy. You can see the resin pouring out to patch up the wound. Some little spruce there. So I'm gonna have a look around in here and see if I find a downfall or anything. Check back in if I find anything. Here's one here that's looks to be recently dead. No growth to the top. Still with a little bit of spring to it. I took a piece off right there. You can see there's some fat wood there. Just a little piece. Not enough to build a kit with, but if you were stuck in the woods and needed to start a fire, it's enough for that. But I bet you the base right there is filling right up, and if I wanted to make some work for myself, I could probably get some out of there, but yeah, not today. See here, there's a excuse me, a big game trail right through here. Comes off that way. And a blister on that old spruce there. Nice day to be in the woods. Some other spruce with some big old swells on it. Look at the base down there. Well, I haven't found a whole lot back here other than some nice scenery and some peace and quiet. Got a few little pieces down there. A couple nice pieces of fungus. Dry those out, do something decorative with them. I think we're coming up here shortly on where the end of the cut was. You'll notice everything now is much lower growth. You've seen a lot more spruce, young spruce. So this is where the cut was. It's all starting to grow back in now. We should probably come to the end of the trail up here, not too far. Some little ribbons on a tree there, probably marking somebody's, where their hoochie is. The ducks are along for the ride. Big pine back in there. Pine stands in there. Some clouds coming in. Probably see some rain overnight. This goes down here a little further than I remember. You'll see sections of small growth and then sections of tall growth. And there was a time, I don't know if they still do it, where when they would harvest the wood, they'd do it in strips. And I believe the logic was, if you cut a section then leave a strip, then the birds, the squirrels, whatever, could get into those where you left the standing trees and get the seeds from there, and then they would spread the seeds to the areas you cut, and that would help those areas regrow. Okay, maybe we're coming to the end up here. That or another corner. Yeah, this looks like our end. So they would have the big turnaround here where they could load up the lumber, turn the big lumber trucks around, and get them back out the same road. And we'll get out here and have a little look around. We've hit the end of the summer, so there's crickets everywhere. Aside from the crickets, listen how quiet it is out here. Maybe a good place to find a Christmas tree. So this would have been all rock that they trucked in to build up this area for the big logging trucks to turn around, I guess. We're coming back in here one time and there was like a whole cow skeleton in here. I guess somebody decided to get a side of beef and didn't know what to do with the rest. It's grown up a heck of a lot since I was in here last. Well, folks, that was just my little after work adventure. Always on the lookout for some chert quartz. Anyhow, I'm going to let you go from there, make my way back out. If I see anything interesting, I will clue you in, but otherwise, get out in the woods. It's just nuts. The world's nuts right now. I know some people don't think it's nuts, but a lot of us think it's nuts, and this is a good place to be when you get tired of the nuts. You all take care.